Hi everyone, it's Carrie again. Today's topic is going to be the devil does not lose kindly. And I'm sorry if I'm going to seem a little distracted, but I don't like to gossip. This isn't really gossip. It's a neighbor friend that I thought very highly of. Very, very highly of. And felt bad for the situation he was going through with the divorce. Till just moments ago. There was this girl who was a family friend that he's known before he met his first wife. And I sometimes these things just land in the lap of the topic, and so I'm adding this as a prelude because it seems appropriate. Anyway, so there's this girl who works at a bank, and apparently they've been friends forever. And I'd known about this girl, and they go to concerts, and they go out to eat, and they do different things, and he's always said, just a friend, just a friend. And I don't know, it seems a little sketchy, but whatever. Not my life, not my story, doesn't really matter. Well, now, as he's preparing for his divorce, and I was just asking him if the two of them ever cheated on each other, just friendly questions. He tells me about fingering this girl in a pool while he's about 5 feet away from his, currently his wife now, but they were dating at the time. So this was like 12, 15 years ago, I guess. And he's fingering this girl in the pool. And then I'm like, so you've known her that long, and you were doing stuff like this with her before you even got engaged and married, and you're still hanging out with her, and you did while you were married, and your wife got upset when you hung out with her, and you can't figure out why? When you were fooling around? Well, then he says that they would make out and fool around, and she'd even say she's so wet and all this stuff, but then she would cut him off right before sex. And I'm like, well, dude, that's why you keep chasing it. Perfect for some of my other videos, ladies. See, she won't put out completely. So he keeps chasing. He's been chasing this thing for 15 years now. I've seen this girl. I don't get it. It's got to be the thrill of the chase, because I don't see. It's like an Amazon woman straight from the Amazon. I don't know. Not as a guy, it wouldn't be one I would chase around, that's for sure. But I think she might have a little money or something, and I think that's where some of the appeal and interest is. And the fact that hasn't put out. I think that's extremely intriguing to this man. Enough to throw his marriage away. Now, I don't know that he's in a hurt like that, but I'm going to tell you what. Hearing this story, I was grossed out, because I'm like, you're not a good guy. You're kind of creepy, in all honesty. Because you really should confess this to your wife. Now is she got a leg to stand on in the divorce? Yeah, but it's the truth. And if you want to go be with this chick, the reason supposedly she won't put out is because he was either married or always with somebody and what have you. So he's not committing himself to her, so she won't put out. It's like, just commit yourself to her, get it, and decide what you want. Because doing this for 15 years and hurting everybody else in between, the two of them are doing a disservice to all of mankind. I mean, either be together or don't. And if those are her morals, she shouldn't even be going that far with him. And if he really doesn't want a relationship with her, he should not continue to pursue this. So it sounds to me like the two of them do want to be together. They need to just do it and stop hurting other people, because all these other people that he's dating, or his wife that he's divorcing, they're getting hurt. You're hurting people, and it needs to stop. So I'm sorry, but I have a much lower standard of this human being than I did before, which fits into the devil doesn't lose kindly. even though this girl has morals and ethics, the devil is feeding this. And they're playing right into the devil's hands by playing this in-between road. And that's the devil at work right there. And he's, so somebody's not feeding something. For example, she's not completely putting out. So the devil's kind of losing in that way, and then the pursuit keeps going. The desire, the temptation stays there. One thing I'll tell you the devil will do to you is shower you with gifts. All of a sudden you'll feel this great abundance or these wonderful material things or all these sexual partners. You're, very seductive all of a sudden. And even if you say no, I'm going to withhold, I'm not going to fall for this temptation, the devil will just keep putting more and more and more of it in your way. It's almost going to feel so overpowering that, for example, using this person, more opportunities are going to arise for temptation. Because he's not going to, when you say no, he doesn't take no for an answer. Okay? He's going to keep going. He's going to give you the candy he thinks you want to eat. In this particular guy's case, the candy is apparently this woman. Only because she keeps saying no, so he's got to keep pursuing it, whether he's with somebody or married or whatever. Till he gets it in her, he's not going to stop. He's falling for the devil's temptation. She's kind of working on the devil's behalf by being that temptress. What she really needs to do, if she has any morals or ethics, is go, no, we're not going to hang out anymore together. We need to be distant because there's too much temptation when we're together. And she wants relationship with him. There's no doubt about it. I don't necessarily know he does. He might. I know he wants to get it in. I think it's become just a challenge. So you can see how the devil is pulling at those ties, and he keeps giving them opportunities to be together, or they can be alone, where it can go so far, and playing this little game with them. So it's a mind manipulation, as you can see with this, where she's almost holding him hostage in this by not putting out completely. For example, there's friends with benefits where you're in total agreement that you're going to have sex. That's the benefit of being friends, but it's not going to go into a relationship. That's not this. She's been tempting this man for 15 years. Now, if the guy still wants her after 15 years, he might as well finish divorcing his wife and go marry her, because clearly nobody new on the market is going to be able to beat out a 15-year temptation. Okay, that's clearly what he wants, but I would mark my words. This is how it works. This is how the devil doesn't lose kindly. Because no was said so many times, when they finally do it, and they may do it for like a month, he's going to realize, oh, this isn't what I wanted after all. I didn't want any of this. I'm not attracted to her. I don't really like spending time with her now. He's going to hit it and quit it. And she will feel, after 15 years of playing this game, a void, a huge, huge void will be put in her life. That will be unbearable, and then the devil wins. So the devil wins with both of them. And he's not going to quit until he gets people to feel that way, miserable. It's mind manipulation. And then he's going to cause a hatred between them, animosity, anger. This guy might go, oh my gosh, I divorced my wife for this, and it wasn't even anything I wanted, and he's going to blame her, and, and boom, and the circle starts. The other thing the devil will do is make you think you have power and control over the situation. And as we see in this particular situation, she has control over whether she puts out. He has control as to whether he's going to be in a relationship with her or not. They both think they have some kind of power or control in this situation, but because it's gone on for 12 to 15 years, they're really both powerless. They've both succumbed to the devil's lair. Um, yeah, it's gone on too long. They're trapped in the devil's den with this, almost like an addiction. And the devil will use lots of different addictions to get you trapped into this den, and you have to fight to get out. And once in a while, if you're really lucky, there are earth angels that put their hands into that den and say, okay, I've walked through the devil's lair before, I can do it one more time to try to help and save you. It doesn't always mean we survive. You know, it takes a huge toll on anybody who's willing to risk their sanity and their own survival to pull somebody out of that, because what happens is you get so far out and then you realize maybe you don't want to go, and that person has risked everything to walk into the devil's den with their wings and all, and you're almost sacrificing them. So earth angels have to be very careful not to fall for the trap where the devil is using his own to draw them in to keep them trapped there. So don't fall for the addiction. In order to beat the devil, and he's going to be very angry, you need to sit and be at peace. The devil's going to throw so much crap at you. So much crap. Like, for me, for example, I won't succumb to the devil. And in a situation, so Bushman, which is a con artist that robbed me of almost $20,000, my livelihood, and most likely my home and security. I'm probably going to be living in my vehicle for a few months because I will lose my home, and then they'll take my vehicle, and I can't pay for that, and me and my 2 cats will just be sitting on a curb till we die. I don't know what else to do. But that is because of this con man, because I fell for the devil's candy. And with Bushman, knowing he owes me all of this, he went out, got a new girlfriend. He had a new girlfriend before he even left me. Let me, pay his bail and everything, and his attorney fees and stuff. And then, when he felt that was secured, that's when he jerk off left, But with that, I had to be so patient. My anger levels of this is going to destroy my life. I spent 4 years rebuilding my life from a man who tried to kill me to end up in this situation now where I'm going to be destitute. I can't ask anybody for help, and I can't blame anybody because I made those choices and decisions because I was led right into the devil's den, thinking this person was reformed heroin addict, and they weren't. And, I was manipulated right into it. That's one thing you have to watch with drug addicts. I will never help another drug addict again, and I'm sorry, but you're very manipulative people. You will manipulate anything to get what you want. And it's one thing that drug addicts have learned over the years is how to be masters of manipulation to get their drugs, and that's the life they've learned, and they think it's okay. I had to sit and be very patient and very still as he spent like $1,000 on new equipment that he was advertising all over the place he got. Then he bought a $3,000 guitar. Now he just recently bought a $2,000 to $3,000 synthesized keyboard, the one I was saving up for, but used my savings to pay for his attorney. Mind you, he now turns around and buys. Doesn't pay me a penny to help me, even if he would pay something back, I could pay my rent, I could get back on my feet. Nope, turns around and spends almost $6,000, which I'm beginning to wonder if it's not the bail money, if he didn't get the bail money. And, so I'm on the phone with courts and stuff to find out when I can get this bail money back, because I need it for mere survival at this point. He cost me my job, cost me my vehicle, he cost me my residence. I had to find a new place to live. I had to buy a new vehicle, and I can't afford this life without a roommate or something, and that's not happening either. Keep in mind, I was poisoned, and living with somebody who can touch my food, I'd basically starve to death anyway, because I wouldn't be able to eat anything or share a refrigerator. So, mental issues, yeah, I guess, but I mean, wait till somebody poisons you that you loved for 15 years. Yeah, you'll have some mental issues, I'm sorry. It's the cost of doing that to somebody. But I had to sit and be still through all my anger, all my, I can't believe God would allow me to die on the side of the street and give him these gifts, but God's not giving him those gifts. Those gifts are being given by the devil for all of his work that he did on me as an earth angel. In the end, I have full faith and confidence that either if I die, it was meant to be. If I don't, God rose me from the dead and cast judgment. Once the devil has this person completely used up, I'm going to throw him away like trash. He will not survive without God's help. And there's going to be a huge price to pay for that. You don't hurt God's people and think that there's not some retribution to that. I'm sorry, God is forgiving. You have to be remorseful. He's not being remorseful at all. And all that time of not being remorseful while he watched somebody else die that he basically killed because he knew what he was doing. There's a price that he's going to have to pay. Sometimes being the winner means you walk alone. Being alone can make you the winner. Note this, like with all this stuff with Bushman that's happening, and what this other guy is probably going to find once he's divorced and he gets this candy that he's waited 15 years for that's probably going to taste bitter sweet. The devil's going to terrorize you. Just terrorize you. If by being patient in my situation, the devil is terrorizing me, trying to make me feel angry, trying to make me cry, trying to say, see, I love my people. Look at all the blessings I'm giving him. Where's your God? Where is your God? He loves you so much, he wouldn't let you be destitute. He wouldn't have let this guy do this to you. But what the devil doesn't understand is he can't get in my head that way. Though he's saying it, though I hear it, though sometimes I feel it, I do not feel it deep down to my core, in my soul. I will not let that enter my soul. That is a surface emotion. I will continue to have faith. I will continue to believe. And I will, in the end, be able to prove that God is amazing. Because he will lift me up from the ashes. It won't be me that did it. The phoenix rising will be because God resurrected it. God gave it another chance. God breathed life back into something that the devil tried to kill. Why? Because I didn't give up on God. Because I didn't listen to what the devil said. God is there. And you know what? Just as the advice I wrote down, sit and be still. Right now God is sitting and being still. Doesn't seem fair because I want resurrection now. But things don't happen in our time. Things happen in God's time. And he's also testing me. Will you sit and be still? When you're sitting on that curb, do you trust? I have an angel just waiting for you. Do you trust me? And I shall. Even if it means death, I shall. Don't let the emotions control you. Be strong. Have faith. Never lose faith. There's a reason for everything. It's God's plan. The Bible verse I have for this one is John chapter 8, verse 44. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. That is the description of Satan. Bushman, this neighbor messing with this bank lady, their father is Satan. When they pray to the Father, they're not praying to God. Not him, because God is saying, sit and be still. And Satan is just filling them with lies, the things they want to hear, the things they want to see, the things they want to experience. And even though there's obstacles in that way, because Satan will put in some obstacles, just so that you have to keep coming back to him and asking him for more. Everything he offers you is a lie. It's nothing that's going to be long-standing. It's going to cause mass destruction in yourself and others. Even though he's going to make you feel like it feels good at the time. That little bit isn't worth me selling my soul, handing it over. I will sit and be still, just as I am. I have to read it one more time. For those of you who have believed Satan's lies, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language. In other words, that's the only thing the devil knows, is how to lie. For he is a liar and the father of lies. So, be careful of temptations you fall for. The devil is out there feeding you. And when you say no, know this, he will attack you. He will come at you. Because the devil's like, nobody tells me no. Nobody's that strong. You're human. You're weak. We hold on to truth, and we have faith. God will give us strength. He will put a shield around you eventually to where Satan can't get in. And that will really make him mad. Trust that you're standing on a firm foundation, a good rock. That God is giving you the strength, the adrenaline to make it through. And you are shielded. Don't let your emotions, rage, anger, happiness, desire, passion, control your mind. If you do, you've just sold your soul to Satan. Okay. On that note, I bid you well. Good luck. And there's a war out there. You can win it. We can win it. I love you.